Hey guys, today I'm back with another doujin game. This is Aria, Festa di Gondola. Forgive my Italian, I think that's Italian. This is a game based off the Aria series. It's a manga and an anime. I've not seen the anime, but I have read the manga, and it's rather pleasant. So there's sort of a story. I'm just going to be skipping it since I can't really read Japanese anyway. And basically what you do in this game is you move your gondola here. Let me see, I'm playing on a 360 controller right now, before I played this on a keyboard. Basically what your goal is to steer your gondola. Wow, this is weird with a 360 controller. Steer your gondola, you try and gather these stars, and if you look in the top right corner, basically I have to gather, 160 of them by the time I finish 2 laps. Basically your controls are turn up, turn down, and then you have a button for propelling yourself forward, which is A on the 360 pad. And you can sort of use that to slow down or speed up, depending on both how rapidly you press the button, and then also for how long you hold it down. Like if I hold it down, I'm going to get a bigger push, versus if I just sort of tap it, I'm not going to go as fast. But I can also do like a long push with more rapid button pressing, and it'll get me more distance. Anyways, it's sort of a relaxing little game. There's not too much to it, but it is rather pleasant to play. It's sort of like the, if anybody's seen the anime or read the manga. Like I said, I haven't seen the anime, but the manga was a pleasant experience. It was just sort of relaxing, and not a lot really happens necessarily, kind of a slice of life kind of thing, but it's pleasant, entertaining. Ta-da. I'm just going to go ahead and play through the whole story mode. It's a fairly short game. That was the first part of the story mode, actually. They're like separate stories that you access, which is kind of interesting. So now if I go back to story again, I can do the second part. Now, if I remember, our character here is named Akari, and this is Alicia, I believe. It's been a while. So now what I have to do here is collect 450 stars in these 2 laps, and I'm also not allowed to crash more than 5 times. It's not too hard to pull off, but the controls are a little odd sometimes, but it's kind of appropriate, because if you think about if you're actually rowing a gondola, it probably wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world to control. So I think it's actually appropriate and intentional that the controls can be a little bit hard to use sometimes. And it's not that they are not responsive, it's just that you sort of have to plan ahead if you're going to be making a turn. You see when I start turning, it's sort of a gradual thing. The trick here is you can kind of maneuver in between these to pick up multiple stars, even though if you're just going straight, you would only pick up, one of those rows. So let's talk about graphics. Obviously, they're nothing too special. You've got the sprited graphics for the character models, and then some like pretty low resolution 3D for the rest of the stuff. Quite honestly, I think it works. It doesn't look spectacular, but you can tell who all the characters are. And the 3D doesn't look great, but it's not terrible. Music, just sort of this relaxing little loop that plays. Oh, I almost crashed there. And it's not that difficult of a game. You know, it's pretty laid back, is the way I would describe it. But it's pretty fun, nonetheless. I don't think I'll probably find myself, you know, opening this game up every couple weeks or something, but... So there's one crash. You don't get a penalty or anything for taking one or two. It's just if you, you know, get too many, you lose. Ta-da! The hand-drawn things for the cutscenes, if you would call them that, are okay. They're not the best I've seen, but they certainly don't look bad. Alright, so moving on to the next part of the story. There's sort of a little bit different of a mode that you do for everyone. This one, I actually lost a bunch of times when I first played this one, because I didn't know what I was supposed to actually do. I think her name is Aika? I can't remember. She's like your little training partner. So first time I played this, I assumed it was a race. It's not. You're supposed to finish at approximately the same time. So I, thinking it was a race, zoomed ahead and lost. The little distance thing underneath the star counter is actually there because if you get too far ahead or behind, you lose automatically. So the goal is not to get super far ahead and get more stars, it's actually to stay more or less even. Since I don't really read Japanese, it took me a little bit to figure that out. I had to try it probably 2 or 3 times before I realized what I was supposed to do. Hey. So, I mean, there's not much else to say about this game. It's pretty relaxing playing it, actually. It's the only way I can describe it. It's a nice, laid-back, kind of casual game. And I just happen to have a 360 pad in. You can play this with a keyboard just fine, maybe even better. Alright, and there I just hit 450 stars. Let her catch up a little bit. And there we go. Now this third part of the story actually has several different levels in it. You notice now we're only given 750 meters apart, so if we exceed that, I lose. Okay. Now she starts crashing a little bit too, so I have to be a little bit more careful. I think there is actually a way to row backwards, but I can't remember what it is. I'm sure it's one of these buttons, obviously. In the meantime, we can just sort of focus on that relaxing little music loop playing in the background. So that's basically the game. I mean, probably have a pretty decent idea of how it plays by now. I'll give my whole usual thing on where to get this game. This is another one of those games, to my knowledge, that was released at a convention in a limited pressing, so I don't think it's actually available for purchase anymore. You can find it if you do like a Google search for it. It would most likely come up with a download, but I'm not going to be providing said download unless the author were to, you know, specifically write to me and say, hey, put up a download of this. And as that's probably not going to happen, you guys know the drill. Uh-oh. Okay. But I would recommend checking this game out if you are a fan of the series, or at least know of the series. If not, you know, take a look at this video. What you see here is what you get. So nope. You're not going to get probably a whole lot of replay value out of this. You're probably not going to get a whole lot of, wow, I've never seen this before. But, you know, you like the series, and the game looks fun to you, go check it out. I'm just going to continue through the story mode. I think there's a little bit more. And then there's also a multiplayer mode, which I'll just briefly show. It's sort of just this with 2 people, as you can imagine. But there are a few different modes. There's like there's a time trial mode where you just see, you know, if you can get through with the fastest time and stuff like that. Dang, I hope I get to 500. Oh, yep, I'm going to. And in those, you can actually play as a bunch of different characters. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Alright, there's part 2. I think there's one more part? Maybe not. Let me go check it real quick. No, I guess that was it for the story mode. So let's go ahead and check out, let's see, that would be 2 players, I believe. Let's see, that's like time trial, I think, so let's just go into that real quick. So in this one, whoa, my pad's bugging out here. You can see we got most of the characters from the series, including that one old, like, I think it was a postal worker or something, I don't remember exactly. You've got the cats and the other people, whatever. Let's just go. And then there are a few different modes you can select within each one. I'll just briefly demo this and then give my final thoughts. Now in time trial mode, when you get the stars, you actually build up a boost meter, which is in the top left corner. And when that gets to full, you can sort of speed up. Okay, yep. And I don't remember what button it is. Let's try X, as soon as I get out of this turn. Yep, it's X. As you can see, it speeds you up quite a bit. So, pretty handy if you're planning to go through a time trial. And that's about all there is to it. Again, this is Aria, Festa di Gondola, and I should be crossing the finish line right about now. Oh, and a new record. Wow, great. Considering I've played that all of twice. So yeah, that's it. Pretty simple game, pretty short game, but a pleasant game nonetheless. Again, if you're a fan, check it out. If not, I will hopefully see you guys on the next video. Later.